Hi, good afternoon, Year 10. Mr. Foster here, and this is a few days before you guys will, some of you guys will be back in school. And I just wanted to show you a few things around the site, just to maybe answer a few more of your questions. Please have a look at the information that's been sent home to you yesterday if you're coming in next week. And just a reminder, if you're not coming in next week, that work will continue for online learning, so keep having a look at that. And if you change your mind and you would like to come in, then please drop us a line, and you need to email Mrs. Brazier, and then we will try to fit you into the schedule for the following week. But you mustn't just turn up at the door if you suddenly decide you want to come in on any particular day. So for those of you who are coming in, you're here and welcome back for 1 day a week from next week. And I just wanted to show you some of the things in school that you will need to bear in mind when you come on site. So you can see behind me that the windows of the hall have been adorned with they're actually made out of post-it notes, so a little tribute to the NHS workers. And that's been done by some of our key worker students who've been in school for several weeks. I hope you'll see when you come in that school doesn't look that different. It is the same school building, but clearly there are some modifications that we've had to put in place to keep you guys safe, and to adhere to some of the rules, and also of course to make sure that you come in and have a positive experience. But what I wanted to do in this video was to just show you some of those. So I'm going to flip the camera around in a moment and just show you some of the places and show you what you need to do when you come on site next week. Please make sure if you're coming that you have read your communication, so you know what day and what time you're coming in, because when you're coming in the mornings there will be a staggered entry for obvious reasons, I hope, and it will be really good if you could please stick to that. If you have any burning questions over the weekend, please drop us an email and we'll see what we can answer, but hopefully the frequently asked questions document that was sent yesterday will answer most of those. So let's have a little look inside, and I'm just going to show you a few places and hopefully to answer some more of your questions. So when you arrive on site in the morning at your scheduled time, then you need to come into school through reception and not through the big green gates. You will notice on the floor leading up to reception there are black lines. Of course, they are the famous 2 metre distance apart from each other. So if you please could just line up and queue here and just wait to be called into reception, and this will be the first point at which you'll then see some members of staff. There are various other notices on the floor in other parts of the school that look a little bit like this. So when you arrive at reception, there will be some members of staff behind these tables and they will register you. There are masks available. If you want to have a mask, you're free to do so. There will be hand sanitizer, and we will ask you to clean your hands as you come in. You will be registered, and then you will make your way into the hall. When you come into the hall, we're going to ask you guys then to come and sit in one of these designated spaces, and come and sit down in the chair. Please don't move the chairs when you get in. And once all of your subgroup has arrived, we will then take you off to your teaching room. So we'll bring you out from the back of the hall across the Key Stage 3 AstroTurf area that I'm sure you all recognise. And then you will see in some other places, then there are some other markings on the floors leading towards some of the rooms that we will be using. So we will be using A19, that's up by the library, and then we'll be using some of the computer rooms in B block, which is up here. So we will bring you outside and then ask you to queue up again outside here before you go up to your rooms. So then you'll be invited up into your classroom, up the relevant stairwell. So here's one of the computer rooms that we'll be using. I'm up in B13 at the moment, and we'll be using the 4 computer rooms, 6, 7, 8 and 9 downstairs as well as A19. As you can see, this doesn't look hugely different to what it normally would do, but what we have done is we've stripped out some of the computers that will be in between all the ones that you can see. So these have been measured, so the computers are then at a suitable distance apart from each other, and your learning will then happen on these machines. Most of your teaching and learning will be done on computers rather than with pencils and pens and books, but please do bring a pen and pencil from home We will be able to provide some, but you won't be able to share equipment with each other. So it's really important, if you can, that you've just got your own stuff that you're using, and you're not using things that other people have had as well. So what we'll do when you're in your sessions is that your English, Maths and Science teachers will take you through some different elements of the work that have been sent home onto the virtual learning as well. So the students who are in year 10 and staying at home will be doing similar work to those people who are in school, so nobody is sort of left behind. You'll see that there's various other bits of signage around the school just reminding you about social distancing, and of course we would ask that you make sure you respect that at all times. At breaks and lunch times, then each of your subgroups will then be allowed out, of course, if the weather's good, and you'll have a different social area to the other subgroups. You won't be able to mix at lunch times with them. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way that it is. You'll see one or two other new bits of building. We're in school, so over the last few weeks we've had a new covered area put in here outside of B5, and also outside the pastoral area. And they just need to do a bit of repair work on the floors. And if I just sneak through here, then you can also see a new place for your bikes. So we've sorted this area out, so you've got proper spaces for your bikes over here. We'll also let you know, of course, which of the toilet blocks that you guys can use, and we'll spread you out across the school as well. In the afternoons, there is an opportunity for teachers of non-core subjects, so other than Maths, English and Science. A number of them have booked in for some short sessions with you to catch up and find out where you're at, how you're getting on, and what your confidence levels are with their different subjects. So these will happen in here, in the Key Stage 3 Cafe, and you can see that different seats have been marked out, and we will invite you guys down to have that conversation and catch-up meeting with those members of staff, and we'll let you know each morning on the morning that you're in who you're seeing in the afternoon and what times you need to be here. So there will be a session in the afternoon when you can go back to your computer rooms. You won't be doing Maths, English and Science, but you'll have your computer there to carry on with the rest of your home learning, but you may then be called out to come down and meet teachers in here. So I hope that little look around the school just gives you a little bit of an idea of what the place looks like. And don't forget to have a look through all the FAQs sent on the document if you're wondering about anything else. Otherwise, really looking forward to seeing some of you guys on Monday through to Thursday next week. School isn't supposed to be without students, so we're excited to have some of you guys back in. And hopefully you'll get a lot out of it too. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see some of you on Monday and some of you after that. Take care. Bye-bye.